so you're trying to lose weight and your friends inevitably invite you out to eat with them and you are just freaking out. You don't know what to do. You've been able to cook all your meals. You've been eating all your meals on time, perfect. Everything's been going well. Nothing's been going wrong, and now you're invited out to eat and you really want to go out, but you're just too scared, so you end up staying inside and you don't go out to eat with your friends. I want to make a video. This video is going to be about how you can go out with your friends and enjoy your life and still stay on track. So 6 tips on how to go out and eat with your friends and still stay on track. Tip number 1 is planning ahead. So this is probably the biggest tip that I could give to anybody that's trying to, go out and eat with friends and they're still trying to stay on track. So if you can go to the restaurant's website where you're going to be eating at, usually there'll be nutritional information that will be listed there in the website. So you can go pretty much and pick out what you're gonna eat before you go out and end up eating, with your friends. Another thing you can do is also use MyFitnessPal. If you have MyFitnessPal on your phone, super helpful. That's probably the biggest tip that I can give to anybody. Again, I know that always you are not the one that's choosing where you're gonna be eating. So if you can, if they're asking, where do you guys wanna eat, and you kind of have an idea of where you can go, try and sway your friends into a place where you can go online and choose what you're gonna be eating. So if you're not able to choose where you're gonna be eating, the rest of these tips are for you. Tip number 2, avoid appetizers. So a lot of places will serve appetizers. If you don't know what an appetizer is, it's basically a snack before you get your main course. So avoid them. I know that's a very simple one, right? But some places, they serve appetizers, and I'm pretty much anywhere that you go, the appetizers are almost always, there's no nutritional content in them. They're just fat, and they're never really a good option to be eating anyways. So avoid them at all costs. And I know a lot of places will serve like chips or bread that just comes with the meal. If you can, just tell your server, hey, I don't need the appetizer. You don't have to bring the chips out, or you don't have to bring the bread out. And then if they end up bringing it out still, what you could always do, this helps for me, is just grabbing the bread and moving it to another table, or just getting it out of your sight. Because I know for me, if there's bread or chips right in front of me, I'm gonna eat them. And I'm gonna eat them until they're gone. So if you get them out of sight, out of mind, very helpful. That's a tip that I do every single time that I go out to eat. Tip number 3, all salads are not created equally. So if you're going out to eat and you say, all right, I'm gonna get a salad, that's obviously the best choice, right? This is obviously the right choice to make. I'm being healthy. I am the epitome of health right now because I chose a salad. Hopefully you're right, but a lot of times you're not that right, because some salad dressings that you will get on salads are packed with fat. Like I've been at restaurants where the salads have way more calories than the burgers, than the steaks, because of the fat content that's in those dressings. It's crazy. So here's a couple tips that I can give you on when you're ordering a salad. The easiest way to get the lightest salad that you want is just ask the server. Talk to your server and say, hey, what salad dressing does that come with? And a lot of times they'll say, it's a Caesar salad, or it comes with ranch. Ranch is terrible. It has so much fat in it, right? So you could always say, all right, so can I please get a vinaigrette? Or you can even just do oil and vinegar. And always do this. Get your dressing on the side of the salad. Get it on the side. Don't get it already poured on there, because then you can kind of choose how much dressing, how much stuff is going to be put on your salad. That's a huge tip. Tip number 4, water, 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 and more water. Drink a ton of water when you're going out to eat with your friends. It's very, very helpful. So water obviously it's free, it doesn't cost any money, and it's calorie free, so you're not drinking any calories. And when you're drinking a ton of water, you're most likely filling up your stomach a little bit more, so you're not gonna be eating as much food, as much if there's chips on the table, you're not gonna be grabbing for them, because you're gonna be full of water. Water is huge. That really helps me out. I'm always asking my server, please can you fill up my water, and then I'll just tell them, hey, just give me a pitcher of water and I'll fill it up myself. It's really, really helpful. The more full you are in your stomach, the less likely, at least for me, that I am to go and grab that, those chips or whatever, ask my friends for some of their food. So water is key. Stay hydrated before you even get there, but then when you get there, just ask for water. Always have water with you, and just keep refilling it up. It'll be a lifesaver. Along with water, mixed drinks and specialty drinks, when you go to these restaurants, they're gonna try and sell them to you. One, they're expensive. They're always like $5 or more, right? They're always really expensive. And then calorically, they're pretty expensive too. There's a ton of calories in mixed drinks, you know, alcohol. I don't typically drink alcohol, but if you're someone that drinks alcohol, definitely avoid those mixed drinks and things like that. And those specialty drinks that they'll try and sell you, you know, oh, it's June, so we're making this type of drink, and avoid them because they're always full of sugar, always full of calories, pointless calories. You guys know that, you know, drinking your calories is I think the worst sin you can commit when you're trying to lose weight. So do not fall victim to those specialty drinks and those mixed drinks. Just drink your water. And if you are someone that needs something else in your life that's not water, I feel you, I understand. So if you're somebody that likes diet soda, I know what you're gonna say. Diet soda is the worst thing you can ever drink in your entire life. Personally, I feel like anything in moderation is okay. So if you're out with your friends and you haven't been out to eat in a whole month and you want to have yourself a nice diet soda along with your water, that is totally fine. 0 calories, it's not gonna break the bank, and that is the easiest thing. That's what I do. I'm telling you, it's very helpful. And you know, those chips or that burrito that you got or that salad that you have is nice to pair with a little bit of diet soda every once in a while. There's nothing wrong with that. Tip number 5 is one that your mom has told you since you were a kid, and it's one that I'm gonna tell you right now. It's super helpful. So tip number 5, eat slower. I know it sounds so ridiculous and you guys are probably like, come on, eat slower, like what, am I 7 years old? But seriously, think about it. I am somebody that eats faster than anyone I have ever met in my entire life. And when I'm done eating, what am I doing? Staring at everyone else's plate, hoping, especially if I'm with my girlfriend, hoping, I really hope they don't finish that so I can eat the rest of it. Or if there are chips or bread on the table, guess what I'm doing? Eating that chip, eating those breads, whatever, you know, eating those chips and eating some of the bread. That's what happens when I scarf my food down super fast. So eat a little bit slower. You're out with friends, right? Anyway, so make sure in your head, think about it. I should be talking more than I'm chewing. I should be socializing. I'm out here to hang out with my friends anyways, so I shouldn't be scarfing my food down before I can even mutter any words, because all you're gonna be doing is sitting there looking at everyone eat and just being like, I really wish I had some food left. So eat a little bit slower. This is one that I know some people are like, come on, that's ridiculous. It's like, it just makes it a little bit easier for myself when I'm out with my friends. If I'm with somebody that eats really slow, you know, time yourself with them. But you just eat a little bit slower, super helpful, and you won't be tempted to grab those chips or some bread or whatever appetizer is left on the table. Very helpful tip. And tip number 6, the last tip of the day, is sometimes all the stuff I just said, it doesn't happen, right? Sometimes you just end up going out to eat with your friends and you end up eating something that maybe you weren't thinking about, or you know what? That's okay. Sometimes you just have to do that. I believe with all my heart, and I've said this in tons of videos, that weight loss and on being on a fitness lifestyle is to improve your quality of life. So if you're always stressing about how much calories are in this meal and how many times I've eaten today, and oh no, I can't go out with my friends because I'm on a diet and I can't. You have to understand, obviously, I think 90% of the time, 95% of the time, that is how you should think. Those are the things that you have to do, right, to make the dreams that you have come true. I know that sounds cheesy, but it's true. But you can go out, you're trying to improve your quality of life. So if you go out and eat, don't bang yourself up, don't trip out too much. It's okay. I've already said this in a video recently, one meal is not gonna, untie all the progress that you made. It's not gonna negate all the progress you made in 3 months or 2 months or even a month. It's okay. It's one meal. It's not the end of the world. If you do all the tips in this video, I really think that you won't have to stress out too much, because you'll be able to go out with your friends and you won't be stressing about what you're eating, because you know what you're gonna put in your body, you know how many calories are gonna be in it, and you know that you are safe. So I really hope that this video helped you guys out. I really enjoyed making this. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. There was one other thing that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, look how buff I am. Wow, this can get really close on my face.